Once again, it's showtime. Time for another edition of Because You Love Cards, brought to you by the Last Frontier Casino. Hi, everybody. I am Ben Tracy, along with co-host Michael Holt. Together, we're going to have a good time today, share a poker tip, a gaming tip, and at the end of the show, an online viewer has a chance to win a prize.
Remember, this is your show, too, so we would love to get your feedbacks, your thoughts, anything that pertains to cards. We'd love to hear from you. Bad beat stories, feedback, the big jackpots that you've won, anything that you would like us to talk about. Feel free to share with us, put in the comments, and we'll bring it into our stories and tell our story here live in front of you. But, Ben, I've got to tell you, the feedback so far that we've got has been amazing. I mean, it really, really has been fun doing this show and listening to it.
I'm really surprised, as you say. Speaking of feedback, speaking of amazing, I have a story that I want to share with our viewers today. And I mean share, because at the end of the show, this story will literally blow your mind.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Kind of based on Gin Rummy, which is another personal card game favorite of mine, along with Pinochle and Cribbage and other card games. Poker is my obvious number one game, but I really love Gin Rummy. A story that goes back not long ago, but it's really amazing. So stay at the end for this particular story.
Ben, speaking of amazing, a lot of times with us celebrating our 30 years coming up, people have asked me, Michael, can you win a lot of money up there? Does the jackpots get big? And it took me back to talk about a story. It just seemed like it was yesterday, but this truly is amazing. It's heartfelt, it's real, and it happened here at our casino. Bobby, you know who you are. Going back, she
lovely
loved,
person, Bobby.
Amazing person. She just loved playing here at our casino. She came up, enjoyed playing, and if you don't know it or not, anytime that there's a big jackpot, a jackpot that is into the thousands, we always do a review. And what happened is Bobby ended up winning just under $140,000 by making a single wager on our UTH Texas Hold'em game. And what was amazing with that, I got the phone call. I'm up in my office. They said, Michael, get the big check out. The jackpot has been hit. I said, who won it? They said, you're not going to believe this. It's Bobby, our local resident, Bobby. And I said, really? Well, no problem. Let me do a review. Let me take a look at it. During my review, I watched Bobby. Now, you can imagine if you win $140,000, Ben, what are you doing?
I'm killing the world.
Yeah. Not Bobby.
I'm buying drinks in the house.
Not Bobby. Here's what Bobby does. Stick with me. Bobby is sitting at the table. She's playing late night. I believe it was 1 or 2 in the morning.
About that.
Bobby hits the jackpot. She does not show much excitement, but she has her cell phone. She grabs her cell phone. She flips it up. She makes a phone call. She puts it down, and she waits for us to go through our review and get ready to bring over to her a mountain of $500 chips. I said, I got to go see Bobby, and I got to ask the question, who did you call? So I did. When I went down, we got ready to present the check. I went down and said, Bobby, yeah, I'm dying. I'm so excited that you won the big jackpot, and it couldn't have gone to a better person. But I'm dying to find out, who did you call when you hit that jackpot? And she said, Michael, I called my daughter. I said, you did? And she goes, yeah. I told my daughter months ago that I was going to hit that jackpot. And I hit it. And she was so excited. We were all excited. And it was an amazing story. In fact, if you go out to our Facebook page, you can look back in our photos. There's actually a picture of Bobby holding up the big check and all the chips being served. But it was so exciting. And just to add to it, you got your hat, our Lucky You promotions. We ran a Lucky You promotion right down, probably a few months later, and I got a phone call from Bobby. And Bobby said, hi, Michael, it's Bobby. I love your new Lucky You coffee mugs. They're going to go really, really good into the car I bought with the money that I won from the jackpot. I was so excited for Bobby. It's amazing what goes on around here. But people, you can't come up to these little card rooms and have a chance to win over $140,000. That's a big, big jackpot, but it's an amazing story. Congratulations to you, Bobby, and I hope you get to do it again.
I hope she's watching today, because she is a lovely person. Speaking of jackpots, little jackpots are fun too. In fact, our current promotion, which is a high hand Monte Carlo bonus promotion, features a chance to win the high hand, which is every hour, and if your high hand matches one of the Monte Carlo bonuses, you win that too. Well, two of the particular setups on the Monte Carlo bonus, because there's like aces, kings, queens, or quads all the way down, plus the straight flush and the royal flush. Well, quad twos and quad threes, both quite high. Both were involved the other day, but at the last few minutes of the hour, they got beat. And it happened twice in a row.
High end didn't hold up.
Well, the 4 threes were beaten by like 4 jacks, and the 4 twos were beaten by 4 sevens or something. But with only a few minutes to go, they were both beaten, which means the ones that had those couldn't get the bonus jackpot. So when that happened, it's a funny thing, the whole room went, oh, too bad. But deep down they're thinking, oh, good, that'll be higher next time. And we're all in this together. We love each other. We share the good, the bad, the in-between, whatever. We want to win, but we compete in a fair way, in a camaraderie environment that is just, it's heartfelt and it's heartwarming. Anyway, to put a wrap on this particular story, the very next day, this is now Sunday morning, because this happened Saturday.
I remember.
So Sunday morning early, one of our players who plays here a lot comes walking in, sits down, seat open. The very first hand, he gets quad twos. And they hold up, and he gets the $1,000 plus for the Monte Carlo bonus, plus winning. I think we got a picture of it. Gary from Longview, a producer, if you have a picture there, pop that on the screen for us.
It's good. Congratulations to you, Gary. It's awesome. In fact, Ben, it's probably a good time now to get Ben's poker tip of the week, now that we're talking about poker.
I love to do this because I'm such a fan of the game.
Know you are.
I really am.
Yeah.
But this is such a simple tip, but it's often overlooked. Know your position. A lot of people, if you ask them what's the best position to hold them, most novices say, well, I don't know. Button. You're on the button, you get to see all the action before you make your move. Now, being on the button gives you a chance toward the end of the hand after the flop, the turn, and the river. Everybody else does what they're going to do. If you've got a good hand, now's a chance to raise and win a big pot. Check if you're not sure, or fold. If people are raising 2-3 times before it gets to you, I don't think your pocket sevens are any good anymore. So know your position. When you're on the button, stay awake. Be prepared, be focused, because that's where you want to be.
Yeah, you're right. That's really, really good. That's good information, Ben.
Now, speaking of tips, what's Michael Holt's table game tip of the week?
Tip of the week. I love it. Again, I love sharing with them thoughts and insider information. But people are going to think, Michael, why are you sharing this with us? Because I want you guys to have some value. You've heard basic strategy. All of us in the gaming industry have heard basic strategy, and we typically apply that to blackjack. The more you know, the better your chances are to win, right? But today, with information that's out there and out onto the internet and all over the place, my tip of the week is this. Think about your favorite game that you love to play when you go to the casino. I don't care what it is. It might be High Card Flush. It might be Emperor's Challenge Pai Gow, Double Deck Blackjack, all the games we have next door. But even not in our casino, we don't offer it. Whatever it is that you like to play, my tip of the week is go out and do a little research and try to understand the basic strategy. Did you know that every table game has pretty much, I can't think of one that doesn't, has a basic strategy?
And they all do. Just go to Google.
Yeah.
Type it in. You'll be amazed what you'll learn.
Yes.
And the more you know, the
more you'll win, Ben. And you're absolutely right. So, again, it is important for you to know and make sure that you go out, get yourself prepared. And it does give you more chances to win. Your entertainment dollar lasts a whole lot longer, and it just gives you better odds to have a chance to hit one of those Bobby jackpots.
Years ago, I used to play tennis. I used to jog. I used to scuba dive. I used to do all kinds of things. Then I discovered gin rummy and hold'em poker. This is back in the day. We're talking 50, 60 years ago. I've been around a long time.
I know. And you know what? We don't offer gin up here, but Ben is, Ben, you said poker and gin are your stories. And I want you guys to listen to what he's going to tell you right now, because the story is
Well, they have gin rummy tournaments. I've been to many of them over the years. They usually hold them in Las Vegas. In fact, in the old days when I lived in Bend for a while, we get a group together, get in a motorhome, drive to Vegas for the tournament. We always had a room set up in Hawthorne, Nevada. We'd pull in the parking lot at Hawthorne, Nevada, and nobody would get out of the bus, the motorhome. We would keep playing all night long. Then we get into the parking lot in Vegas, and we play some. It's just crazy. Now, the nature of cards is just so fascinating. For example, in a typical Hold'em game with 7 cards possible if it goes clear to the end, there's roughly 133 million different hands. In gin rummy, each player gets 10 hands. The combinations are over 15.5 billion with a B. So now, I played in tournaments, I played head up, I played all kinds of things. Now I'm playing gin with my wife. It's our granddaughter's birthday party, and while they're at the pool, whatever, we're playing gin. Now, you can tell a good gin player, this is an interesting tip in itself, you can tell a good gin player when they're dealt the cards, they don't pick them all up. They pick them up one at a time. Their mind is actually photographing each card.
Wow.
So she shuffles, she gives me the deck, I shuffle, give it back to her, she shuffles a few more times, and so she deals. So I have the 10 cards. I'm playing with my wife, and it's free. It's free. It's a Saturday afternoon.
Crazy. Listen up. Listen to what he's going to tell you.
I pick up the first card, pick up the second card, pick up the third. The first 5 cards, 9 through king of clubs in a row, straight flush. I pick up the 6th card, and before got to the 10 cards, it was king, jack, queen, 9, 10 of spades. 2 5-card straight flushes in a row. Folks, you're not going to see that ever in a universe of games. Now, the odds, just so you know, if to win the Powerball, the odds are about 295 million to 1. Well, the odds of getting what I got, the 2 straight flushes back to back, is over 4 billion. Over 4 billion. I won't go through all the other numbers, but put it in perspective, it's like winning the Powerball lottery 14 times in a row. I mean, give me a break.
Yeah.
You wonder why I've lost all my hair all these years. My goodness, it's just crazy. Anyway, cards are wonderful. I love every minute of it, the good, the not so good, whatever. You give me a deck of cards, a table full of people, and we're off and running.
Yeah, me too. I love it. You know, that's a great story. I mean, and of course, you're playing with your wife, Linda. You're not at your gin tournament down in Las Vegas. You're not over where you got a chance to cash in, but if it can happen, it happens.
It can happen.
Speaking of happening, again, last week we promised that we would go out and pick ourselves a winner, and I'm excited. Remember, it's the dinner for 2. Same thing. We're going to offer up the same opportunity. For those of you that like us, share our video with others and other card players that love to play cards just like yourself. You'll have a chance to win a dinner for 2 up here at the Last Frontier Casino. Last week we had the same offer up, so we rewarded the person that stayed, and this week's winner is Linda C. from Richfield. Congratulations, Linda. You are the winner for dinner for 2. Just come on up to the casino, check in at the security booth, and say, Linda C. here to pick up her certificate, and we'll make sure that you get that.
All right. And next week, you're going to do the same thing, offer another dinner for 2?
Same thing. We're going to offer a dinner for 2. So make sure you like us, share us, go down, give us your feedback, and talk to us. If you put a remark or feedback out there, if we've got your name and stuff, we'll get it out there. We'll pick a winner, and we'll have some fun with this every week.
Great show. In the meantime, be sure to come visit us. We're close by. We're fun. Just take exit 16, downtown the center. We're here. If you love to play cards, this is the place. Poker, blackjack, and to check out our promotions, just go online, check out our website, lastfrontiercasino.com. Everything you need to know about all of our games, all of our promotions, it's all there. In the meantime, we're here
because you love cars. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.